and I wanted to do that. I was like, I should have done that instead.
All right, well, hey, we are live. Welcome.
Oh.
It's, what's this podcast? Jeez, oh man.
Oily Trash Movies.
Yeah, welcome to Oily Trash Movies. We're your hosts. I'm Daddy WarBux.
And I'm Bublegum Barbie.
I feel like it's been about 6 years since our last episode.
It does feel that way, yes.
I don't know what we're talking about or what we've done, but today we're watching a movie called Zone 414.
So I don't know anything about it, but only that it's in the UK. It didn't make much money. It spent more than what it made, which is astonishing.
All I know is that it kind of looks like a neo-noir sci-fi murder mystery, like kidnapping case where Guy Pearce has to track down some sort of... I don't know, really. I don't know. I'm excited about this movie. I think it might actually be something that is great and enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so I do want to, before we begin the movie, I do want to know that last episode at the Earth's core, and I've noticed I think it was the same stunt guy throughout the entire film. Like the guy, do you remember when they were doing the slave thing? One dude gets picked up and eaten by those monsters.
I do remember that.
So that was the first stunt that I saw, and then I noticed there was the guy who jumped over the fire, right, on the bridge. He looked a lot like that guy getting eaten by the beast. So I think there was one stunt guy throughout doing these crazy stunts.
I mean, that would make sense. You know, you would only need one stunt guy. It doesn't matter if it's at the beginning of the movie or the end of the movie.
It was him. It looked identical. It was very interesting.
All right. Well, hey, yeah. This for other hidden Easter eggs. Always make sure to tune into Oily Trash Movies. The only podcast where two people say unfunny things for an entire hour.
Yes.
Are we ready? Are we hitting play?
Oh, yeah. Let's go. Do you know the director?
No. Do you? I know it's from I know it's from Ireland. And Highland Film Group with the bagpipes. Alright, I'm already sold. Opening up with that drone shot.
I know. I am so sold too. There's no way. Oh, the rating of this movie was a 5.0, wasn't it?
Yeah, which I believe 5 out of 10 on IMDb is usually just straight up trash meat.
It is straight up trash meat. Although, At the Earth's Core wasn't so bad. But I think it might have been that rating when it came out.
That was all the in 1973. That was all the user reviews on imdb.com.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, this is exciting.
It is very exciting.
Yeah, this is a pretty good composite of like actual. I don't know what that might be a miniature up front there with. Yeah, these are great. This is great filmmaking, I think.
Yeah. I've never been to the UK, so I wonder if this is like a fake town.
I believe all of this is fake, yeah. Well, there were some actual like industrial buildings in the beginning, in the foreground that looked real, and then the shit in the background, I think, was all fake. Especially like with all like the spotlights. There's no buildings that just have random spotlights shining all night long, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's a sci-fi aesthetic. Cyberpunk. Yeah, this actually might be a cyberpunk film.
Nice wig. Just kidding, it's terrible. Is he an assassin? Is he Assassin Creed?
It says that all of these men will perish along with those who help them.
Oh, man. I have no idea what's happening.
Well, I think Assassin Creed is here to kill this woman. She must have been like some spy. Oh, so this movie did get some nominations, 2 of them, in the UK for Best Effects and Best Costume.
Are you sure it was effects and not editing? Oh, look, it was a wig. And it was for this shot.
Oh, it was.
Okay, so
Is she a cyborg?
she's the cyborg.
Oh man, this is great.
Like, look at that. That's
so much better than Jeepers Creepers. Like, this is, oh gosh.
that prop right there with that little blinking light. It's like built out of a Nintendo controller. That's
this
a
is why
great
I
shot
disagree.
there.
This feels like a real movie.
This does feel like a real movie. I mean, it is. It's 100% a real movie. I don't think this is going to be oily at all.
I don't think so either.
Jaden was programmed.
So this was a test?
It was a test to see if he could kill the robot.
We could have lied to you.
Wow.
You were a police detective. You retired.
Classic retired cop.
The file.
I live with what I did.
So the ex-cop who accidentally
Instead of
kills his
charging
former
you with a crime,
partner.
the police,
I need the money.
even though you don't know what the job is.
Still need the money.
That's how I go into job interviews.
Yeah, I'm a stylist for cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far I'd say all of the acting here is solid. The writing's solid. I mean, like, the stylistically it's great. This shot
This is
here
great.
with this blue filter.
I really love this. This is kind of, it's inspired a lot by, like, Holy Motors. Specifically, that
I don't know
shot.
if it's specifically inspired by an obscure French-German film.
That film was great.
This is just,
I'm
it's
not
what you
gonna
call
tell you guys.
noir.
I love the locations. Like, this is all real buildings.
Yeah, and this is in Ireland, where basically every building is a castle.
Yeah. And cheaper than New York.
If this were the Jeepers Creepers movie, that chandelier would immediately crash to the ground. And something about this feels ominous. I'm not sure what it is.
It does. I think it's the lighting.
This creepy guy watching the demons up in the corner.
Oh, I love that kind of art. So he was hired by the company, and this is who he's meeting because he was hired by this guy.
Yeah, this is
3 weeks ago, she went.
this is where he gets his assignment here.
Go to the police.
Okay.
So this woman was
Them to find her for.
kidnapped. Does that guy have some sort of burn makeup on?
I know. Like, what's wrong with him? Is this the attempt of trying to make him look like, hey, I've got a lot of work done, and I look like oily trash?
I don't know. Maybe he's just ugly. He is British, you know.
I like this character.
The loneliness of the modern world. Companionship is rare these days.
Yeah, I think he's the
saw a gap and I feel it.
I've gotten facelifts and I look like this now.
What's in Eden with all the grime and none of the crime?
This guy is so flamboyant.
I was advised to
I know, I
charge
love it.
£100,000 5 days later.
Did you see when he raised his eyebrows? You could see
I had
his
a
like ball cap.
6-month waiting
Like right there,
list.
there it is.
I can't see it
See
yet.
the line? There it
You
is.
can buy one of my beautiful creations and not yourself to government monitoring. Blah,
Oh,
Yeah,
now I
it's-
can't
it's-
unsee it.
I know, it is. It sticks out like a sore thumb now.
Evil for me.
Well, it's a bizarre choice in general to make this guy in makeup for some reason.
It may look like a city, but it is
Well,
as
I think
much a
it's like a way of
construction as a machine
showing off
behind
upper
me.
class. It's probably a UK thing. I don't know.
Must feel. Your original offer was £1 million. Well, now it's
You got a
2,
bonnet on to drink milk.
'cause you
Out
glass
of a
of
wine
wine.
glass.
It is
I'm
the
assuming
only
the
place
servants are robots.
Oh, that would be cool.
Because this is the guy who built all of the robots somehow.
that while you're
He
there
has
will
an
be
ultra
provided
old
for you.
PC in the back. And some like really old
And when you get there,
televisions to see his daughter. What if his daughter is just an
My
AI?
best creation. Problematic at times. But oh, So
Is that who they're talking about right now? Jane?
I think so, yeah.
was always so fond of her.
So this is the red light district, I'm assuming.
Yeah, very cool. I like her wig. I love her jacket. I want to wear this look.
That location there too, in that graffiti-filled tunnel, like it just feels like it's
The
that
UK?
quintessential cyberpunk feel, you know?
Yeah, it does. I think that's literally legitimately the UK just looks like that.
And I can ask him anything I want.
Anything you want.
It's interesting that they're all like the same model, so they have the same actress.
Man, this is so high fashion. I'm loving this.
Whoa. Good luck with that editing.
I
bubble.
know. Thank you. So is this like the AI pimp?
You love me.
The woman?
I love you.
I would say so.
And then he's like the client, the high-end client.
This guy's hard to please.
Yeah, she's the AI pimp.
It's gonna be a dude. I swear, I can see him blinking. He's like blinking and looking around. Yeah, I've loved almost every single choice about this movie so far.
Yeah, like that guy. He looks like his beard is just so dope. The fact that they made it look like it's a futuristic type thing, like evolution of gear grooving, like this is what they're gonna start wearing. I believe it. In like 2077.
Yeah, and this is like such perfect first act where they are telling you and showing you exactly what kind of place this city of androids is like.
It's just something at the Earth's core failed at, for sure.
You look beautiful.
I've seen this actor before.
The way they're like panning that spotlight across the set. Okay, so this is like a robot who wants to be an original, like a unique. She wants to become a human. Kind of reminds me of Westworld, where everybody is just having sex with the robots. Yeah, this is the dame that ain't nothing but trouble, you know?
She was.
Smoking a joint.
You didn't taste her. You tasted me.
Blowing smoke in his face, come on. I love how in the cyberpunk version, though, she's smoking a joint instead of a cigar. She wants to know what it means to be a human. And don't we all? God, look at that set. How gorgeous.
I know. The color, everything was like purposely done. What was that? She was just standing by the window because she was so sad that she had to see another few clients and someone stalking her and took pictures of
She's
her
essentially...
breathing over the glass of the window. That's
yeah,
so
I'm not
weird.
sure. Yes, yeah, someone was, it was probably the detective there was photographing her, trying to track her down.
Oh, yeah. True.
So, is that like an allegory for sex trafficking or actual prostitution? Is that the statement that's being made here?
I wouldn't know. We need to... Sorry, my cat. My cat is like...
I swear that Vite Corporation or Vite Corporation is the same corporation from like Aliens or like one of those classic films.
Possibly. For me, it doesn't sound or look familiar.
I want to pull it up,
This
but I'm
is
too...
great.
Yeah, this every aspect of this is fantastic. Like just that
elevator.
establishing shot, that brief second of the 32nd floor, then pans down, shows him walking out. You know exactly where he is in a three-dimensional geographic space.
That bed looks like shit, though.
Yeah. Don't speak to me again.
Special request is in the other room.
Ho ho!
Good evening, David. Welcome to the zone.
The special request. What is it? Is it going to be a beautiful woman?
It's gonna be Peepers, the Peeper song from Jeepers Creepers.
It's gonna be copy. Oh, it is! We're getting copyright struck right now. Please don't put the needle down.
No. Ah, shit.
All right, see ya in 5 minutes, YouTube fam.
Oh, YouTube,
This
you
is
guys
an
are
amazing-
missing on a great song.
Yeah, it's an amazing score. It's what I would describe as soundscape. See, that shit's all fake as hell, you know?
I'm gonna have to cut that.
Oh, this is too real. This is too real.
Client 289, Mr. Russell will speak with them.
Ah, I feel like it's speaking to me. You know what? That's what art is. You learn.
That's what art is.
You don't
yeah.
learn about the artist. You learn about
There's
yourself.
something else
That's so interesting
What did
how
she say?
the echo in the background.
that he's going to tell me. Clients, Jane,
Is that the?
if a client wants to threaten you,
But she's like the psychologist that works for that pimp lady.
to do so.
I'm guessing, right? Or no? Is this her maintenance? This is the maintenance session.
Zone
Yeah, probably.
414 does not
I think it's the
allow
same lady.
clients
She just has a
to
different
pay for
hairstyle.
experience.
It does look like she doesn't have the tattoo on her face though. Unless she's a
Yeah.
robot too. I guess everybody's
Might be a
robots in
robot.
this.
Yeah, I think she's a robot too. I think it's her robot.
What if the twist is that this robot woman is actually the only real-life human in this city, and she was just raised to
Oh my
believe she was a
God.
robot the whole time, and it's like the biggest troll ever? Dude, I love that little mini train in the background. It warms my heart every time I see it. They knew how to squeeze every bit out of like their, miniature and prop department. The use of the security footage to have establishing shots while also reminding you that this is a dystopian cyberpunk future where you're always under constant surveillance.
Yeah, that's because of the costume. I'm really well deserved for them to get that award. They deserved it. This is great.
Another fantastic set here. It's probably like the same warehouse that was used earlier, and it's just filled with different types of
Different
art.
stuff. Hmm. She was definitely
my
casted
God.
perfectly. She's gonna put.
Well, so
Bullet
she's
into
scared.
her head.
She truly believes that someone's trying to kill her, I guess is what's happening. She's going for
Yeah,
it. Man, you're probably
yeah.
gonna have to cut this scene completely from
Yeah,
YouTube,
I am
because they do
I'm-
not. Well, this is gonna tell us if she's actually a human or not.
So she briefly feels pain.
Yeah, she's a robot. Sucks.
I do want to say that was done extraordinary because it is hard to do.
Well, it looked like it was her real arm at first with like a fake blood coming through her knife, and then the next cut was the fake arm where you could tell the skin was like rubber.
Yeah, but this is, look at this. Like,
I think this right here is a CG, that's her real arm with a CGI.
CGI. Okay, I see that.
So they made the same effect 3 different ways. They had a fake prosthetic arm, they had just like a traditional prop with the bleeding knife, and then they had CGI. It's like magic. A good magician will do the same trick 3 different times, and there's a secret to each different method, but because he's doing it in different ways, it looks 100% more realistic and convincing.
We have an apartment.
I do.
Why does a machine need an apartment?
So the machine forgets it's a machine.
Then what was that whole thing about if you, like, you just remembered you were a machine?
You know what? She forgot she was a machine, so she thought briefly that she could Alt F4. And she was shocked and horrified with the realization that, yes, she is a machine.
The last time I saw Melissa was weeks ago. She used to come here. I found her pretending to be a synthetic.
Why would she do that?
She hates her father. She hates the fact that she's a rich girl who hates her father.
Oh my gosh, so in this future, teenagers, rather than
She wants to
becoming
be a
trans,
trans
they-
robot. She identifies
synthetic.
as a
Or
synthetic.
fake to be synthetic. That's great.
When she came here. I'm the metal girl who wants to be real, and she's a human girl who wants to be a machine. It's nice and corny. Look, I haven't seen her.
I told her.
That
to
was
go back
a
to her
nice
big
delivery.
house. The last
Roy.
I love the parallel
yeah.
too. Yeah,
you
her
told me to see her.
her performance is fantastic.
Yes.
Hey, I'm gonna find you, robot girl.
To see what you're made of, Jay.
I'm gonna strip your wires.
Die for you.
I'm gonna unplug you.
a few weeks ago.
Reminded me almost of
Now,
Batman's
yeah,
The Joker.
Sometimes
Yeah.
Just a cackling, maniacal,
He's
sadistic
probably
individual.
his own to do it.
I want to
You're good
burn
person.
your house down.
You're the first synthetic feed made for this.
Oh my god.
What?
It's strange that the robots just, like, aren't bulletproof, because, like, why wouldn't they be?
I mean, they are, right?
No, he
only way
shot
you
the
can
one in
kill
the
him-
head at the beginning. Like,
Oh, that's right.
oh man, this
Just
is gonna be a
didn't kill it,
rooftop
just
chase
turned it
scene.
off.
I mean, he shot it in the head and it collapsed, and then, like, he ripped out its brain chip. Like,
Well, that's probably why it died, because the brain shift is right there in the brain. So it's maybe like a zombie where the best way to kill it is by shooting it in the head.
yeah, so if they had just, like, titanium foreheads, you
Yeah,
wouldn't have to
then
worry about
game
them
over.
dying. Now you've got unstoppable androids. Maybe not a good
no.
idea.
Not a
Bullet-
good idea at all.
Don't make your robots bulletproof, future generation.
Yes, please. Learn prep.
Oily trash movies.
It is a bad idea.
Yeah, I
Was
feel
he
like the
chasing
editing.
guy, or is he like running
it-
away from the guy? I'm so
I don't
confused.
know. The editing in this sequence could definitely be a little bit tighter.
Is he a ghost? Because he just keeps disappearing.
He's been a ghost the whole time.
Yeah. He just Batman him. He's like hiding somewhere, and it just looks like.
Yeah,
Batman
he
again.
just ducked down and like pulled like a piece of like trash over his body.
I'm not.
I love the anachronism of this future world, and then like they have that old-fashioned like camera.
He'll change what he does.
They were too busy
You want me to stay
building
late tonight?
AIs that
Then
they
you can
didn't
take
think
me to see
to
Royale in the morning.
upscale the cameras. Okay, War? Jeez.
No, I honestly think it's intentional because it's like something you see in all of those old detective police movies. Whereas like if this were like a James Bond type film where the technology
That's
is
not why you came to me.
part of the flash of the film, it would be like some pen that has an ultra high resolution camera lens and does something cool and
I
fancy
need your help.
So is he gonna sleep there now?
with his gun.
Resume playback.
Siri played Despacito. So she played the same song that he had requested in... Well, did he request that song in his apartment, or was it like some weird AI mindfuck thing? It's obviously... So, she clearly has some sort of ability that is unique among robots, in which she is able to connect emotionally with her clients, or in this case, just this gentleman.
Oh my god, I have earrings like that. That is so funny.
Bubble, are you
Sorry.
sure you're not a robot? Like, do you have problems with those captchas?
What is that? It's that same woman.
I'm assuming that's Melissa. Because that's the second time we've seen her, and now she's being dead. I've seen that topless girl walk past in another scene.
Oh my god, did you
Did
see
you-
those naked people in the back?
Yeah, it was the exact same naked people that were in an earlier cut of, the outdoor red light robot district.
And now she looks crazier.
Scar? Oh, it wasn't today.
The rotary phone? Did you see that?
No, I didn't. I was looking
appreciate the
at
fact
her
that you use
picture.
your tour guide.
Man, there's like old filing cabinets. Did you see the rotary phone in the bottom corner, which
Yeah,
is actually
I
completely
did.
obscured by the bubble in our graphic?
Yeah.
Hold on. I might have to move. All right, there, we can see it. We can see it in the
Yeah,
shot.
there it is. There it is. Ah,
Ah, man, I love how
it's so
everyone's drinking
good.
whiskey the whole time.
You know what I told Vit?
This is an allegory for, everybody.
Yeah.
We're all robots at the end of the day, and that's how people see other people, as all just NPCs, as is a common phrase.
This is really well written. I really like that. Everybody's smoking in the building.
I just love the filing cabinets because
You know what rich people want?
it's like 2077. All files are digital.
Everything.
But it's just, you know, it's not like that's, oh, like a stupid movie maker. It's the future and they've got old shit. It's intentionally anachronistic.
That's where she stashes her whiskey and her pimp money.
So do we think then that this woman is the same as the maintenance woman?
No.
I put in a lot of effort.
Okay, we've changed our mind on that.
Yeah, I think so.
I think she did
Well, I have
refer
to
to them as like, quote, the meat that runs it.
Now I have dreams to fulfill.
Don't we all?
I love how now I have dreams to fulfill. It's like, get out of here. I got desperate dudes wanting to see some AI.
Yeah, literally.
Maybe somebody's paying for
I'm gonna sit here and chain smoke. I'm a boomer. I got robo-hose.
I don't get paid to give these sickos what they want. I get paid to keep the world from finding out what these sickos want.
It's like the Jeffrey Epstein's island of robot cities. Yeah, those filing cabinets are all the blackmail photos. Man, that phone. What a great image.
Oh my god. Oh, just hearing it too. It's so fucking easy.
What if she's like, give me the operator? Oh man, every time we see this poor woman, she looks in worse and worse shape.
They didn't even edit his eyes. I was just lighting. It was great. It looked like the Jeepers Creepers light effect that was like unnecessary and like didn't mean anything. It was the dumbest thing, but it worked here. And
people don't know what you're talking about
it.
because we never got the Jeepers Creepers episode uploaded on YouTube.
It's coming up, guys. I'm working on it. I'm gonna do it. It should be up pretty soon. I promise.
Okay, so that's murderer guy, right?
Wait, that looked like him, yeah.
delicate damage.
Oh my gosh, this guy has been like only messing with AI so much that he didn't realize when he was messing with a real woman.
Yeah, and of course she was pretending to be a synthetic at the time, thus putting herself into danger.
Yeah.
Dude, these guys had to murder her.
In their own way.
These are the most sadistic people.
Did she say where she was going?
They're sadomasochists, I believe is the word.
Yeah.
You haven't asked about my face or how a human is taken.
That was really crazy. Did you see the delivery on him? Like for his next line, he went. I was just like, what? Good call.
Well, perhaps
so gross. This is great. So oily looking.
This man's the oiliest part of this film so far.
Yes, he is.
Oh man, he's making her trade.
Look at his shirt. It looks like trash.
Oh shit!
Where did she go?
Hotel Royale. She'll have you broken down.
No.
What a old like 360.
Yeah, jeez. Oh my god. So was that sex robot now gonna realize that?
Revolt?
Yeah. Is that what Jane's
She'll
doing?
start a slave revolution.
That's exactly what I was thinking. She's starting a robot revolution. And I think maybe the one guy knows that, and that's why he won't have her broken down. I don't know. We'll see. This movie is so intriguing.
It is very intriguing.
Rip. Is that Melissa?
I don't think it's resolved, Mr. V. Melissa is dead.
Bubble, are you back? You haven't said anything in a while.
My clients pay for the absolute certainty of their safety.
With all due respect, some of your clients are questionable, and I think they ought to be investigated.
Destroying a multi-billion-pound empire will not bring my daughter back to life.
Protect his kingdom.
Alright, so they've literally got the dead daughter Just on the living room coffee table.
Any intention of the
Choose.
Yeah, I'm kind of sad because my cat just escaped outside.
Oh my god, your cat ran away.
Yeah.
It came, destroyed the technical setup, and then dashed outside and never to be seen again.
I know. So I missed a whole lot. A whole lot.
Well,
You're gonna have to explain what happened.
okay, so they found her hanging. Copice Man says it wasn't
Melissa?
suicide. They found Melissa hanging.
Yeah.
He brought her back to the guy with the bad makeup
Please
and
don't
the
ask where I've been.
face, the rubber face.
Yeah, her father. Yeah, her father.
And he's like, I'm not going to allow an investigation. It was suicide. It wasn't murder. And he's like, it's murder. And so the guy was super sketch because he didn't want to risk the integrity of Zone 414 by having police come investigate stuff.
Oh my gosh, but like, that's crazy because it's his daughter.
Oh my goodness. She said she killed Melissa. So she
didn't kill her.
intentionally turned over a real human being to those sick freaks.
These things. Can't you see I'm just a fucking prisoner here?
You know what I see? I see people coming here to avoid their lives. And yeah, you're part of that. But you're not the prisoner, Jane. You're the prison.
She's doing a thing where she emotionally abuses her clients.
Previous to her suicide,
Oh no, she's gonna make him cry.
He's gonna be like, it was a perfect experience. I never want to see you again.
At the time of her death.
She's trying to seduce him.
She's like, I'll beat your dead wife. Oh, she wants to die, I think. She's the villain, I
We're
think.
gonna leave here. No one's ever gonna purchase you and take you away, and you know that.
Is she
This whole
the
thing-
Joker?
This whole thing she contrived to get what she wants.
And they do say it's when you feel most alive.
Don't we all?
I'm saying I know what it looks like when somebody wants to die.
Oh my gosh, did he just tell her that I know exactly what you're trying to do?
When we first saw this guy, did I say, you know that guy's gotta be the bad guy? I remember thinking, I at least thought it, but then, like, you forget about him because he's not in the entire movie.
Yeah, you do forget about him. Because I also
And that's-
like the big
That's-
tell
that's the-
sign is the heavy eyeliner.
I noticed that the eyeliner's gone now.
I know, that was just
But-
weird. I don't know why they did that.
It's like Guy Pearce was saying that he lives in, like, the shadow, and it's, yeah, even his role in this movie was overshadowed by basically the entire movie. Oh my god, what is going on here?
So this is the woman that he...
What the hell?
So that's the robot that he shot, and then he just made it into art.
I keep parts of them. Marlon thinks true pleasure lies in creation, but I don't.
He's a really sick bad guy. I like him.
You see, the other guy, the megalomaniac, the long hair and the bad makeup, was saying that he's God. And this guy is essentially taking the role of the devil.
Yeah.
It's Melissa.
Is he gonna put it on the robot?
I
Hair.
bet he
She
is.
was there.
I wonder
She
where.
found
Where
me.
do you think? Like, just like on top?
One of them.
Just stick it in the mouth.
You see, it's the cardinal sin.
Make
You
it a
would never forgive me for
mustache?
that.
I ought to put you away for a long time.
Is this a fight scene?
I don't think so.
That would be kind of a bummer if this movie doesn't have a fight scene. This production spent so much money on wigs.
Oh my.
He has a paralyzed AI tool.
Keeps you still.
She lives in a lighthouse. I'm gonna give props to the light guy who was out there just like spinning the big old head bean around
He was
every little
so
while.
dizzy by the end of the shooting.
Yes.
That's a pretty horrific sort of scenario. The paralysis. and the torture. Oh, man.
Ew. Salty.
Oily. Oh, my God.
I feel pain.
Fight scene.
I loved Melissa. I feel hate, and I hate you.
While the cop is trying to get there to save her, she's taking care of
Yeah.
business.
I'm alive! You have a job to do, so do it. I won't stop you.
You really want to be free?
Yes.
It's my gun, Jane. And you don't have fingerprints. It's gonna look like I did it. The only thing that matters is if you can live with yourself.
Oh my gosh.
Kyron's Bane just said that Oily Trash Movies is like Mystery Science Theater 3000, but the Bollywood version.
That's a good description.
Yeah, I take that as a compliment. That's exactly what this show is. Man, that guy's had a bad week. His daughter and
Yeah.
his brother both dead.
Look at those old cameras. That's a really strange call. Oh, it's that same beard guy.
Wow, absolutely wonderful. This was... I would not call this oily at all.
No, I wouldn't either. But to be fair, I haven't seen... Have you seen Blade Runner?
This was definitely inspired by Blade Runner. It's probably been 10 to 15 years since I've last seen it.
I've never seen it.
Everything from the aesthetics to, just the synthetic robot cyberpunk sort of plot. But I think that's fine. I mean, that's something you see a lot in this genre, and it's a great philosophical quandary where what is a human? And so how do you ask what is a human? It's like, well, you build these robots. Are they human? What is it that makes us human and them not?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I thought that was really interesting for sure. And like we always talk about this, that movies should make you think. And this movie nailed it. It made me think about that exact concept. What makes us human? What makes us feel alive? Why are we here? Why do we exist? And so forth. It was pretty good. I loved the costumes for sure. That was really great.
Costume was great. All of the sets were fantastic. Those big apartments and the church at the beginning where Marlon lived. The streets, the tunnels.
Mhm. The even background was really great. Like it told a story of what kind of world it was.
Absolutely. A perfect example
really
of visual storytelling.
Mm-hmm. Which Jeepers Creepers just failed.
Yeah,
again.
yeah. This was literally, not only was this a real movie, I would call this legitimate art.
Yeah, I would too. I know that I would probably saying that comment would probably piss off a lot of people who have seen Blade Runner. But me, who hasn't seen it, I really did enjoy that movie. I thought it was great. The acting wasn't too bad. Chemistry, I wouldn't say it was too great, but it wasn't lacking. There was some chemistry between all characters. I really liked the chemistry between the brother and the cop, especially when he was confronting him about the issues that he was doing and what he knew he did. That was really good. Yeah, that's all I could think of for right now.
I love all of the stylistic choices, especially the anachronism, which I couldn't stop talking about. I mean, it's so striking to see like that rotary phone, but that's like exactly the kind of stuff that you would see in those like old black and white noir films. The last modern like neo-noir film I can think of would be Sin City from like 2006 or whenever that came out. Just the lighting choices were all fantastic. The darkness and juxtaposed with the gaudy bright neon lights of the city. The characters I felt were all complex. They all had what felt like, I don't want to say necessarily agency, because I feel like agency and control was a big theme of this movie, especially with the two brothers essentially presenting themselves as God and the devil. And
Yeah, I like that dynamic a lot. That was really good. Simply because it's something that is very popular and us as an audience can easily relate to, essentially. So I thought that was a good call.
yeah, I mean, it's
on that.
I hate to keep using the word quintessential over and over again, but it's the quintessential representation of good and evil. God and Satan.
Yeah, and then I'm seeing like a lot of the reviews here on this one, and a lot of it has to do like just a rip off of Miss Mark. There wasn't that much. Like there was one comment that I read that it really didn't. It was supposed to be cyberpunk, but they didn't feel that way. I disagree simply because it did feel that way, and it feels realistic. It seems like a world that is near but still far, and I really like that. For sure.
I do feel like there was a disconnect between all of the exterior shots where, everything is just bustling and bright and shiny and noisy and there's just people everywhere. And then every other scene was almost stark and barren in contrast.
I did feel a lot of that for sure. Barren and dark for sure, and the majority of it. But I really liked where when a character was in a vehicle, like in a taxi car, even in like with Melissa, that was really well done for sure. That's the productions.
This movie was definitely made by professionals. And we keep comparing it to, or we keep comparing all of the movies we've seen to Jeepers Creepers, just because that movie was so god awful.
It was so god awful, and it's supposed to be a movie. It made a ton of money globally, where this one lost a ton of it.
That's so there's no justice in this world.
And it's so bad because this movie did so much better than that huge production of Jeepers Creepers Reborn, which was totally oily trash dumpster. For me, it is my lowest rating. I know you would disagree with me.
Yeah, you know what? God, I do absolutely hate that movie, but Jurassic Thunder was just so bad. Come on. This I would not give an oily trash score at all. I would give this movie God, I would give this at least, I would go 8 out of 10 WarBux for this movie. Maybe a 9. This was my style film, though.
I would go with
a great movie.
I did like the movie. I actually do.
I genuinely thought this was great. I thought the story would be engaging, but I just thought it would look low budget and shitty. And
I agree.
Like I said, so right here when he's driving through the city and like the exterior shots, it really didn't feel like they were in that bustling zone 414 in the interior shots. That I don't know how you address something like that, but that I do have a critique on.
I think the reason why, okay, so this is my theory and how it film-wise it happened. I think what they were wearing and what the characters have to wear in this type of film, what they wanted, I think it's harder to achieve with a bustling kind of atmosphere where you could rely, because wardrobe has to officially pick every single, and the majority, depending on the production, have to purchase these outfits, where in big productions, sometimes if you have like a 300 extras, it's usually you rely on your extras to bring that type of clothing, like something they own. And I think that's why it was difficult to get
I'll tell you how you fix that. What this movie needed was either the bar scene or the nightclub scene. That was lacking. Yeah. And if you had that, and now you are taking interior and
I love that lighting.
plot moving scenes, and you're combining them with bustling, high activity, cyberpunk city type theme that this place is supposedly representing.
And you're 100% right. Looking at the reviews and the reason why people gave it a 5 out of 10, I think that's what it was. If you added a nightlife, like,
which would have probably been
scene,
the most expensive, difficult scene to film and shoot. Like, you know, these are very controlled atmospheres here where, you know, you've got two characters on set in a warehouse and you can get that lighting perfectly. Having the nightclub scene would be difficult, or like a sex club scene maybe where they're in like the BDSM dungeon instead of just like meeting. That's where so they met those two guys that were the murderers. Those guys should have been in like some seedy underground club where people are playing cards and gambling. That's all it was missing. That I think would have added to the movie, but it was a weird choice having Marlon here have that weird makeup. But I'm assuming this guy is like a great actor, and he was chosen for this role for his acting ability. And you know, maybe the makeup wasn't the best. Or I think in these later shots, I didn't know I don't know if this is the later shot here, but yeah, once you said that every time he raised his eyebrows, you could see that lump across the bridge of his forehead. It's impossible to miss.
Well, I know it is. I did like though how, I mean, I really think. I know you hate the look the look choice that they went for, but I think that that's what it's supposed to be. It's like this rich guy who has
had tons of makeup or has had tons of facelifts and plastic surgery.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's what it's supposed to be. And essentially, when you do too much, it could distort you and make you this ugly person, you know, unhuman almost. And I think that's what the goal there was as well. Like, there's this human looking almost unhuman who builds these non-human AIs. So that's, I don't mind it too much, but yeah, the ball cap there was, once it was seen, you can unsee it.
Here's a great parallel here. So when he enters the city at the end of the first act, and it's dark, and it's, you know, nighttime, and it's vaguely threatening, and then the last scene of our film here, she's walking out, and it's daylight now, and, you know, this is her bright, sunshiny future, escaping her prison.
I love that extra came back again. The beard guy, I really liked him.
I would say that was almost completely intentional because, you know, this is clearly the callback to the scene where they enter Zone 414. And I guess this sliding door, I don't know if I buy that too much, but that's a minute criticism.
Right. I really like the color choices that they made here. Specifically, when she comes out, you see the yellow. They intentionally chose that yellow coat. And then when you pause the bigger scene, you could see those yellows on the side to side. Because what these guys are sitting on, the guards, they're in yellow.
Is she a canary
and it just looks really good.
Flying free, do you think? Does that yellow mean anything, or is it just a visual?
No, I think choice? it's just a visual aesthetic choice.
I might be reading it too. Yeah, even the taxi. Yeah, you know what? I believe that is a theme in noir, where you have a very limited color palette, because a lot of noir was made in the black and white era, and then even when color was introduced, noir films still generally were in black and white. And then, of course, to bring back Sin City again, the modern take, where it was digitally made to be black and white with just limited color palette choices where you'd have something yellow or the blood would be red. Yeah, the coloring in this movie, the color grading was all great. There was that scene where he was in the car and it was just blue. The boatyard, I kind of had an issue with, but that was an outdoor scene. And you could just tell it was like that Twilight filter, if I can find that scene again, where they were just outside walking among the boats.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Or who knows? Maybe this is actual lighting in Ireland, because I know they have pretty terrible weather most of the time, right?
I mean, I assume so. Yeah, it's probably a really outside type thing. Always cloudy.
Yeah, this particular sequence, I was not a fan of the artistic look of it, but the rest of the movie is beautiful. Everything else is great in comparison. Like I said, I love this movie.
I did. I wouldn't rate it oily.
WarBux.
Yeah, I wouldn't categorize this as oily trash.
We'll see what I don't even know what, like, this doesn't even feel like an oily trash movies podcast. This is, we got to come up with like a new name. What's the like this is golden treasure movie.
Yeah. It's like the things that people don't know. Like, people are wrong. You're wrong. Critics wrong. Audience is wrong. People who have seen this movie is wrong. We're right. This is a great
We are
film.
right. This is the only podcast that got it right with Zone 414.
See, that boat in the back though was really cool. The like rusty.
Yeah, I get what they're going for here, and it, like, the abandoned dockyard. And it is okay. It's specifically the lighting that I don't like. Just like the colors feel washed out, and it's like, I get, like, I don't know, maybe it's supposed to be Twilight. I don't know why it feels washed out though, when like the rest of the movie is so stark and
yeah, and this is one part. I guess that's the one scene that I wouldn't really consider feels cyberpunk. It wouldn't feel that way for sure. That boat just feels like just a normal day today, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that could have been in any like modern cop drama. That's
exactly.
Yeah. So, do you have any closing remarks?
I like this movie. This was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't consider this trash. I would consider this movie a movie you might not buy, but it was gifted to you because you're into the future sci-fi.
Yeah, I definitely picked this up on DVD, right?
Yeah, and then it just collects their dust, and you just crank it out whenever you feel like watching it once in a big while. It's like, oh, I own this movie. That's how I would feel about it.
Yeah, I think this movie is an experience. I think it does make you think. It's provoking in the sense that a lot of the themes that it explores are complex and are relatable to everybody. And again, not oily at all, which makes it hard to like say something that's funny about this film. But realistically, I think this is a great example of what can be created on a very minor budget. And seeing this, and then you watch some dog shit Marvel movie that was made with like a budget of $250 million, and everything's ugly, the characters are stupid, the dialogue sucks. You just have a CGI nightmare.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, gosh. So yesterday, which is funny that you're mentioning Marvel, we were watching like Captain America with Scarlett Johansson. I don't know what film it was. It was terrible. I don't sit down and watch those movies because I just love superheroes so much, and Captain America is one of my favorite superheroes. Him and Wolverine. And I just refuse to watch anything that Captain America is in because I'm so terrified that they're going to destroy it. And when I was seeing some of the scenes, I hated the CGI. I hated the dialogue. I hated everything about it. And people were into it, but I just did not want to give it a chance simply because I don't know. That's just my opinion. Hate me, whatever. That's
it's fine. Like I said, this is in such contrast to modern Hollywood drivel. And I would love to see more movies like this. I'm so glad I found this movie. I was essentially clicking through new releases that look low budget, that you've never heard of, that sort of had interesting premises. And I saw this one, and it ended up being quite the gem at the bottom of the oily trash dumpster.
It is a gem. It is a diamond in the rough for sure. And it's crazy to see how low rated it is. It's the same with At the Earth's Core. It got a low. It's the same rating. It's a 5.
I feel
out
this
of
was
10.
100 times better than At the Earth's Core.
I mean, it's a different type of movie,
It's a
but when
very
it comes
different
to
type of movie.
when it comes to sci-fi, I like it. Yeah.
I'm very
Sci-fi love.
biased against this style of cinema, and especially this style of storytelling. And then,
Yeah.
even without the sci-fi elements, just like the gritty retired police detective who has his checkered, jaded past, and he wants to do the right thing. And then there's the cover-up and all. Like, even if you stripped out all of the cyberpunk stuff and you just had these be women who were like sex slaves or prostitutes, I think the story, especially given the style of the filmmaking, this still would have been a great movie that I would have enjoyed.
It would have been
the
a
fact
great
that
movie,
it's
yeah.
sci-fi makes me love it even more because
Exactly.
that's my genre. That's what I play in. This is. I'm up to it's nine WarBux I'm giving this movie now.
Yeah, wow, yeah. I mean, I do like because I am a huge sci-fi as well. I love sci-fi films. I do like noir. I do like mystery. I do like feeling. Everything this movie gave me this. And yeah, I guess I'd give it a really good rating, for sure. The writing was great. The acting was not terrible. It was like they delivered it really well. Every actor made a perfect choice for that character. There was chemistry, not like perfect chemistry, but you cared for every single character, for sure. The wardrobe was great. Lighting was great. The cinematography was great. I'm so sorry I can't say it today for some reason. The sound was great. The music was
official.
great.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the score. That there was some great musical choices, which will probably be muted in the YouTube version. But it officially,
try to find something
Zone
that could give it the same
414
vibe.
is recommended by Oily Trash Movies. Go out and see it.
Definitely recommended.
This is episode 5.
Yes.
Thank you all for listening. Please like and subscribe. We're on YouTube. We're on Rumble because sometimes YouTube gives us copyright problems. Check it out. Take care. Comb your hair.
Thank you so much for subscribing and liking our stuff. We love you. 4 subscribers or 5, I don't know, but you guys are the best, and our 3 viewers who come in and watch our stuff. Remember to mace directly in the face, and bye.
I came up with that. Bye.